I think one of the problems that we have is awareness of classification. And classification is the foundation for good parasport. The education of and the recruitment of classifiers at the national level is essential for any organization to thrive. And for that reason, we have these 2 days actually of education of mostly physiotherapists, because they are the people that will assist as volunteers in the future to be classifiers, and also some coaches to understand the processes of classification to help to build the organization.
Apologies, I said one day, but it is good. It's a double benefit for the people who are here. What we can expect, because how do you analyze India in the games, Paralympic Games, and the related areas? How do you analyze them, and what is the future that you must have got the vibes and that you must be following it up in India?
Well, I think, as we know, India has been a member of the international federations since the 1960s, so they have a very solid base. But as the organizations are growing, as the world of parasport is becoming more commercial, more open to everyone, this is the opportunity for us to support our member nations. And India has always been a big role player on all levels of parasport. But we realize now we need to help to bring it back to grassroots, because if you have good grassroots, then the chances of growth is so much more, and there's so much potential in this country.
How big is challenge for the world body to identify the athlete and then motivate him, give them the right classification? That is what this conference is purely dedicated to.
On the one hand, I really think it's important to understand the other advantages that being a sports person or competing in sports bring to a person with a disability. Yes, it's important to get to the top level and to become a Paralympian, but it changes lives even at grassroots level. And unless somebody has a good foundation, so know where they fit in within classification, they don't know on which pathway they are. Am I on the pathway to be able to become a Paralympian, or am I just going to continue to do sport to benefit my life and make me a better, healthier person? In India, I certainly think that there is a lot of potential, as I already said, but the challenge is education. And this is why education, and we come back to this awareness, education at all levels to understand what the possibilities are. And the challenges worldwide are the same. Unfortunately, it is always finances, it is resources, it is letting people know that parasport exists.
CPSFI is doing a human job, because the way they have organized this function, and they have been working for months altogether, because I have been interviewing them for that, about this important conference. Cerebral palsy in India is a challenge, but how do you motivate, bring smile to them? All the athletes who were there, all the people who are there, all the stakeholders who are there.
It is really essential to understand that within the cerebral palsy or even the required brain injury community, working with all the support agencies, like working with physiotherapists, occupational therapists, which are really an essential group as well, to working with these people to tell people what is available on the area of sport, is something that will help the message to get out to parents through the school systems, to understand what the importance is and what the ability is of people to compete or to just do sport as well.
One last question, an important question, because now sports have grown from traditional physical sports. We have now seen e-sports, we have now seen other types of e-games, and they are also now catching up, and athletes are also focused, Paralympic athletes are also focused into that. How do you see that challenge, and how do you see the perspective in India? How is it evolving?
E-sport is absolutely something that we have to recognize is what captures the attention and the love of the young people. And if we want to stay relevant, I think we've seen this from the International Olympic Committee's attitude as well. So we have to find a way to help them to develop the disability or the inclusion side of the sport, but also to see how we can incorporate people with impairments within the able-bodied side of the sport rather than separate them into different groups. I think it's essential. Is it the equipment that is the impairment, or is that the thing that's disadvantaging the athletes? So we are very supportive, and going forward we will definitely continue. We had e-sport as a demonstration at our last World Games, and we will definitely continue to see how we can work together with them.
Thank you very much for talking to Vision Television and the time that you have given.